the losing heroine. She exists purely to catch L's just so the main couple can thrive. It is a rigged game, but Tsukasa is not having it. He swears on his life he will flip the script for his queen, Sei-chan. He clocks out and hits the sprint button, legs pumping like he is escaping a boss fight, desperate to make it in time. He is mentally hyping up his crush, silver hair, sharp eyes, absolute perfection. But he is not meeting a girl. He is raiding the local shop for anime merch. Priorities people. Mission accomplished. This is Sei Shimada, the ultimate wing woman who sacrifices her own happiness for the main couple, a certified tragic queen. While the normies cheer for the main heroine, Tsukasa unboxes his holy grail. Look at that smile. Pure bliss. Realizing he looks like a total creep, he tactical shoves the waifu back into his pocket before security gets involved. He vows to work overtime to fund his addiction, but the universe has a delivery to make. Truck-kun jumps the curb. Tsukasa freezes, watching the chrome grill come for his soul in slow motion. Impact. He gets deleted instantly. His only regret? He will not see the ending of his favorite manga. Now that is a true fan. But instead of the pearly gates, my man reboots in a random hallway with a headache splitting his skull. No angels, no harps, just the smell of floor wax and regret. He checks the fit. Wrong uniform. Wrong school. Definitely not the afterlife. He can still feel the phantom grill of the truck that just sent him to the lobby imprinted on his face. He tries to rationalize the glitch. Is this a coma? A fever dream? Did the simulation crash? Before he can debug his reality, voices drift through the door. His otaku sensors go haywire. That isn't just random NPC chatter, that is CA and Shiho, the main heroines from his favorite series, Ojojama. He peeps the scene and loses his absolute mind. He is witnessing the legendary confession prep arc in glorious 4K resolution. Shiho is sweating bullets over the love triangle, but Sei? She is locking in like a pro gamer. Sei drops the hammer and asks the million-dollar question. Do you love him? Shiho admits it, and the ship officially sets sail. My man is vibrating so hard he almost clips through the wall. Sei tells her to give it her all, but look at the corners of her mouth. That smile is pure distilled pain. This right here is why she is the undisputed best girl. See, Sei loves the protagonist too. She wants him bad. But she values her friendship more, so she buries her own feelings 6 feet deep to play the ultimate wing woman. Self-sacrifice level 100, but he gets too hype and lets out a squeak. Sei snaps her head around like a hawk spotting a mouse. He freezes. Busted! She calls out his name. Hisamura. He stammers an apology for the accidental espionage, but his brain is stuck buffering on one detail. She knows his name. The realization hits him harder than the truck that deleted him. He isn't just watching, he became Tsukasa Hisamura, the protagonist's best friend, the comic relief. He got reincarnated into his favorite rom-com. Tsukasa watches from the sidelines. He sees Sei putting on a brave face, pushing her crush toward another girl just to keep the peace. She calls herself the extra, claiming she does not fit in their match made in heaven. But Tsukasa sees the truth. That smile is not kindness, it is self-destruction. He refuses to let that slide. He clenches his fist and metaphorically rips the script in half. If the story wants her to suffer, he is rewriting the ending right now. He looks her dead in the eye. I love you. Please go out with me. He drops the ultimate otaku philosophy. The character we love deserves to be happy. Sei's brain completely short-circuits. She stammers, trying to process if he just asked her out or if she is hallucinating. But here's the twist. Tsukasa is convinced this is a dream, a lucid dream reward, so he goes full offensive. He calls her Sei-chan, praises her silver hair, and hypes her up like she is a goddess. He thinks he is playing with zero consequences. He switches gears instantly. He tells her he loves her kindness, but he hates how she suppresses her feelings. Sei starts shaking, actually getting angry that he is poking her wounds. He does not back down. He steps up and swears he will make her happy. The world labels her the losing heroine. Tsukasa says, not on my watch. He does not care about his role as the comic relief side character. He is ready to sacrifice his entire existence just to wipe those tears away. He is simping on a spiritual level. Sei panics at the intensity. She tries to retreat, trips over her own feet, and triggers the classic anime fall. Tsukasa dives in. He catches her, but gravity wins, and they crash onto the floor in a tangled mess. The distance is 0. He can hear her heart hammering. He is admiring her eyelashes, feeling her warmth, and getting sucked into her eyes. The dream is starting to feel dangerously realistic. Most guys would pull away. Tsukasa hugs tighter. He thinks he is waking up soon, so he demands an answer right now. Can I be your boyfriend? He refuses to let go until he secures the bag. Sei is literally melting from the pressure. She hits her limit. She screams, "I can't," and sprints out of the room. Tsukasa does not hesitate. He slams the door open and chases her down the hallway. He shouts it to the whole school, "I love you even if I wake up." Sei turns around, face completely red, and points a finger at him. "Shut up, I will think about it." That is not a rejection, folks. That is a win. She is gone. Tsukasa is buzzing with victory. He grabs his bag to head home, and then he freezes. Wait, when do I wake up? The adrenaline crashes. The realization hits. This is not a dream. He just confessed to the main heroine for real. Sei stares at the shoujo manga cover. The bold words "romantic love" mock her from the shelf. She immediately shoves it back. She is convinced that sugary world is not built for someone like her. She is not your typical petite heroine. She is tall, sports the short hair, and has the underclassmen swooning harder than the boys do. She radiates absolute cool girl energy. Then Shiho crashes the vibe with zero chill. She drags Sei to the lockers and drops the bomb in a whisper. Thanks to Sei's help, she secured the date with Shigemoto. Sei plays it humble, but she put in the work. She had to debunk a nasty rumor that Shigemoto had a fiance. The guy denied it so hard he started sweating bullets. He almost leaked his real crush right there. Now the path is clear. Sei resolves to be the ultimate wingman. She will support her best friend's romance while standing on the sidelines. Shiho is not just a pretty face, she has eyes like a hawk. She notices Sei acting sus and blushing over absolutely nothing. She calls out the lag in the text replies from yesterday. Sei tries to dodge. She remembers how she spent the night rolling around in bed, but Shiho goes for the jugular. Someone confessed, didn't they? They retreat to the restroom for the tea. It is Hisamura. Shiho screams like she just won the lottery. Sei looks like she wants to crawl into the sink and delete herself. Shiho pushes for the yes, but Sei slams the brakes. Just because he asked does not mean she has to say yes. Logic over emotion, people. Here is the kicker. The reason she is hesitating? She caught feelings for Shigemoto, the exact guy she just set up with her best friend. She panics and buries that thought deep. Shiho does not notice the slip-up. She asks how the confession felt. Sei freezes. She is unable to form a coherent sentence. Truth is, it felt good. For a girl who thought she was allergic to romance, Hisamura's words hit her like a fairy tale truck. Then she remembers the line, "I won't let go." Oh God, the cringe is lethal. It is living rent-free in her brain and she screams internally. Shiho thinks the panic is adorable. She tells her to take her time. Sei suspects she is being roasted, but takes the advice anyway. Back in the hallway, Shiho is already planning the victory lap. She is going to confess on the date. She demands a double date right after. Surprisingly, Sei realizes the pain is gone. Hearing about Shigemoto does not sting anymore. Maybe that confession actually blew her old feelings away. Morning hits like a truck. He wakes up expecting the VR headset to peel off, but bad news. The birds are chirping in crystal clear 4K audio. He is still stuck inside the manga as Tsukasa Hisamura. Logic says it is impossible, but his stomach is heavy from dinner, and that rice tasted way too detailed for a hallucination. He splashes freezing water on his face. The cold stings his skin. The guy in the mirror is not glitching out. The memories finish downloading. He remembers the headlights. Truck-kun did not just hit him, it sent him straight to the lobby. Game over. He got deleted from the real world permanently. Most people would lose their minds, not him. He stares at the uniform. His old life is gone. He slides the door open. New Game Plus starts now. Actually, scratch that. Total breakdown time. He realizes if this is not a dream, then that confession was not a dream either. He screams into the void. He replays the tape in his head. I will make you happy. I will never let you go. Bro really dropped marriage vows on the tutorial level. He imagines Sei looking at him with pure disgust. That is maximum cringe. He begs the universe for a respawn. He needs to load an earlier save file right now, but then he remembers her blushing face. It was kinda cute though? No, stop. He thrashes around, terrified of facing her at school, when a voice from the hallway tells him to shut his trap. His mental breakdown is interrupted by a wild challenger appearing in the doorway. It is Ri, the little sister, telling him to get a move on. But for the lore nerds in the chat, she is actually the secret side heroine of this entire franchise. She hands him a bento. Standard morning routine, right? Wrong. Tsukasa treats that lunchbox like a legendary item drop. He clutches it to his chest, weeping openly, thanking the gods for his cute sister. Ri looks at him like he needs a straitjacket. Here is the kicker though. In the original manga, Ria is the designated losing heroine. She pulls high with fans, but the plot always does her dirty. Tsukasa rejects that timeline immediately. He drops a gentle head pat, silently vowing to rewrite her bad ending. Then he turns on the charm. Full sparkle filter. He tells her she is adorable and destined for happiness. Riz level 100. Critical hit. Ri's brain short circuits. She screams, calls him disgusting, and aggressively ushers him out the door to hide the blush. Out on the street, the cool air clears his head. He has got two objectives now. 1. Protect the sister. 2. Face the music with Sei-chan without game ending from cringe. He locks in immediately. There is absolutely no way he is letting that confession end up in a cringe compilation. Ri flashes him a thumbs up from the sidelines, but the moment he hits the lockers, he freezes. His brain starts buffering, overthinking every single micro movement. Suddenly, his danger senses start screaming. A massive shadow looms over him, and before he can even react, bam! He gets tackled from behind with enough force to start a WWE match. It is Yuichi. Tsukasa accidentally greets him with way too much childhood friend energy before he realizes his mistake. He knows exactly who this guy is. The rom-com protagonist, the chosen one destined to absolutely ruin his peaceful life. But Mr. Popular looks absolutely cooked. The guy has bags under his eyes heavy enough to carry a week's worth of groceries. Yuichi finally snaps. He grabs Tsukasa by the shoulders and starts shaking him like a maraca, screaming that this is his once-in-a-lifetime request. Tsukasa just stands there, completely stunned. The poor guy is practically crying a literal river of anime tears right in front of him. He is down bad. Shigemoto is absolutely losing his mind in the stairwell. He is convinced their secret operation is completely cooked. Tsukasa tries to figure out if this is part of the script, but Shigemoto drops the bomb. Kaori messaged him the exact second he secured the date with Fujise. The timing is way too suspicious to be a coincidence. He literally gets on his knees begging for a cover story. Tsukasa shuts that down instantly, knowing that lying to her is a death sentence. And just as he explains why it's impossible, she spawns right behind them. A voice smooth like velvet cuts through the panic. She asks to join the party, dropping his name with terrifying precision. It's Kaori to join. The main heroine has entered the chat. She is rich, beautiful, and the chairman's daughter. Oh, and she is a total yandere who has been deleting the competition since kindergarten. The boys scramble to act normal. She demands to know the topic. Tsukasa desperately tries the bro code defense to deflect. But Shigemoto panics and accidentally confesses they were debating skirt physics. You cannot make this up. Instead of getting mad, she teases him. Then she casually mentions he is the future chairman of her family's company. No pressure or anything. With the conversation thoroughly hijacked, she drops the real question. What are you doing Sunday? He tries to lie, claiming he needs to rest from club activities. Big mistake. She pulls out the receipts. She knows the gym schedule better than he does. She even quotes him from last night. There is no escape. She stares into his soul, daring him to keep lying. He folds like a lawn chair. Satisfied with her dominance, she struts away. Even Tsukasa has to respect the power move. Shigemoto locks him down. Desperate to stop Kaori, he tries to play the once-in-a-lifetime request card, but Tsukasa instantly rejects that scam. Tsukasa is already spiraling. He's convinced he nuked his reputation with yesterday's confession and needs to apologize before he gets canceled. He spins around and catches Sei blushing. That one look sends him into an identity crisis, convincing himself he's just an NPC wingman in someone else's story. Shigemoto ignores the pity party. He points out they need an insider and volunteers Shimada since she actually knows what's going on. Tsukasa hits the panic button. She's ghosting him. Shigemoto drops a tactical dojizya, smashing his head into the floor, but Tsukasa knows he's a terrible liar. The vibes are atrocious. Sei corners him, demanding he say something. When he freezes, she hits him with the ultimate weapon, the silent sulk. He swallows his fear and steps up. She looks terrified, but he asks for a private meeting after school. You can cut the tension with a knife. She guesses it's about the drama with Shiho. She agrees to stay behind, but her face turns into a literal tomato. Then she short circuits. She screams that the classroom is way too public, changes the spawn point to the school gate, and sprints away like she stole something. Tsukasa tries to process the data. For a second, he hallucinates that she actually likes him, complete with angel wings, before slapping himself back to reality. And here comes the betrayal. Shigemoto suddenly remembers he has basketball and dips, leaving Tsukasa to handle the boss fight alone. Absolute snake behavior. Meanwhile, Sei is just buffering in the void, regretting everything.